I feel like seeing this at the ripe age of 6 changed me forever.
Yeah, big change.
But it's also the driving force for me to talk about Scooby-Doo so often, so let's talk about Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. So before we get into this one, I have a feeling that I should give you a spoiler warning, and that's mostly because I think that a lot of what makes this movie great lies in the pockets of its more sophisticated and mature storytelling. So you've been warned. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island is about the Scooby Gang getting back together after a bit of a hiatus to investigate allegedly true monster mysteries in New Orleans to re-spark their love of chasing answers to mysteries. They get invited to Moonscar Island by a very sweet chef named Lena. And they find that this place is mega haunted, but this time, it's haunted for real. And so this movie, along with the other direct-to-video movies in the 90s, is actually Hanna-Barbera's last hurrah for these characters before Warner Brothers totally takes over. And so over the course of the next few movies, we see so much love and care and attention be put into offering a unique experience with these characters in a way that's actually really satisfying. Let's talk about it. So the Scooby Gang broke up and went their separate ways because they grew tired of the monotonous routine of solving mysteries that amounted to nothing more than just some dude in a suit scaring people for their own selfish needs. We find Velma working in a mystery bookstore, Scoob and Shag work customs in an airport, and Daphne has a show that runs on TV where she goes coast to coast across America, and Fred is her one-man crew and producer. This alone tells me how much they understood the characters and how they wanted to realistically move these characters on from ghost hunting. And with that, Daph starts a new segment on her show where she explores real ghosts in America, and Fred, like a good boyfriend but he's not really her boyfriend, surprises her by bringing the whole gang back together, and honestly, it's a really cute and sweet moment. This all happens within the first 10 minutes of the movie, and I'm already emotionally invested as we see this happy reunion of these characters that we've seen really miss each other. And I understand this might not mean much to your average bear, but this is the first time that we get this level of realism and authenticity from these characters, and the best part about it is how right the creators got it. Character is something that this film absolutely excels at. There isn't a single character we meet that feels two-dimensional. Everyone has layers and a ploy. As mentioned before, we have an emotionally deeper dynamic among the Scooby Gang, but this isn't to overlook the other characters that the gang meets throughout the film. Almost no one the gang meets is who they say they are or who they present themselves to be. Miss Lenoir and Lena have darker intentions than they let on. Bo isn't the gardener he says he is, and even the zombie pirates are the first titular bad guys, but really they're just trying to warn the gang about Lena and Lenoir's intentions. The mystery unravels in such beautiful ways throughout this film. I watched this movie with my wife who's never seen it before, and even she was trying to unravel the mystery and pointing out things that seemed suspicious to her, like Lena's necklace, for example. And I think that being able to pull in an audience like that really is a testament to how well the story is crafted. Speaking of unraveling mysteries, when Lena and Lenoir reveal their backstories, this movie takes a turn that, as a kid, I didn't realize how coarse the subject matter gets. In short, Big Bad Pirate raids the land for treasures and chases the inhabitants into a lake to be devoured by some hangry beasts. Lena and Lenoir sell their souls to the cat deity they worship to enact revenge on the Big Bad Pirate. But by doing so, they have to sacrifice souls of innocent people in order to stay alive and live for eternity. So it's revealed that all of the zombies on the island aren't just the pirates that Lena and Lenoir murdered, but also random innocent tourists that they've sacrificed, and it's just a little intense. Juxtapose this to the goofy classic Scooby-Doo moments that root this movie back into being a kids movie. Honestly, this movie could be looked at as a horror drama with a lot of comedic relief. Whether it's Scooby being goofy or Fred's silly puns and jokes, there's something to ease the tension no matter how scary it can get. And it isn't just the comedy moments that ease the tension. There's a lot of little moments in the film that arguably don't do anything to advance the plot, but they make the movie have more authentic and relatable character moments as if you're there with them just hanging out. And we also get these little golden nuggets of character when the gang is hypothesizing about what they think the answer to the mystery is. I find that I connect with these characters a lot in this movie, and those scenes are a huge reason for that. And of course, I am a huge fan of the franchise, but there's a lot of reasons that this movie is my favorite. If you couldn't tell. So let's lightning round a handful of more reasons why this movie is my favorite Scooby-Doo movie. This movie takes place in New Orleans, which historically has heavy ties to the supernatural and voodoo in particular. So it's really fun that they played into that regardless of how realistic or not it is. It shows that they really went the extra step to do at least some type of research. And for this movie, they actually had the animation done in Japan, so if you notice, there's a few moments in here that are very anime-esque. And this mostly comes from the scenes when our villains reveal their werecat forms, like the way the clothing tears away and how horrific this looks. Again, it is something that's really unique about the 90s straight-to-video releases that we don't really get anymore. One thing I've noticed about this movie that's really nice is given its darker atmosphere and even sound design, it's strikingly similar to Batman the Animated Series. Anyone who has seen Batman the Animated Series knows how very distinct the vibe is, and I think in quite a few moments in Zombie Island, they've hit the same note on the vibe. And those moments might be really small or short, but that particular vibe beckons you to want more and more, which honestly is why Batman the Animated Series continues to this day, and why Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island remains a huge hitter for a lot of fans of the franchise. The last thing that I want to mention is the soundtrack for the movie and how awesome it is. And if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I won't play the whole song due to copyright, however, Terror Time Again is easily the best chase song in all of Scooby-Doo. It embodies everything about the drive and energy that I want in my own personal music, and it's Scooby-Doo. So what more could you want? So I believe that's about everything from me. Let me know in the comments if you've seen this movie and what you think about it. I would love to continue to chit-chat about it. As always, please subscribe and follow along as we go through every single animated Scooby-Doo movie, and the next one I have is a very interesting little made-for-TV special. And thank you all for watching. I hope you have a fantastic and great day.